Hello everyone, Richard here with more Ultimate Mode Grand Campaign, this time with 4243 East. I looked at the Kharkov map, I play tested the first two turns. I didn't get past the first two turns. It's not that I was getting overrun, I was just concerned at the speed that I could do the map, and I realized I was getting a headache, so I'm gonna not look at Kharkov for a long time. But I thought it would be fun to try Ultimate Mode on 4243 East because I actually think it's substantially harder. And on this particular one, this is a very hard map as well. And I have to get a marginal here. So the conditions for a marginal, oh, you can't see it. It's just save one U-boat. And that's basically what I do. I do just enough to save one U-boat, and I avoid taking damage on this map, but I scoop up a reasonable amount of prestige. I even got this hex. So what did I decide to bring? I decided to bring my Defense +3 Pioneer, Wernsberger, Oladir, Rondorf, Kesha, my 4 SE tanks, and Rudel and Bar, and I brought one Stug with movement +1, one Rocket Artillery with movement +1, and one 17th centimeter with movement +1. And I overstrengthened everything to the max, and my strategy is to send one of the Crotchetson up here to help hold it. The other Crotchetson and Wernsberger will hold down here and wait for an opportunity to attack, and the tanks will rush in. So let's just let it go. Being too aggressive, I felt, didn't pay off. I don't really want to lose my overstrength, and this map is really short, and with 9 turns, it's extremely short. Oh, 1 second. I think this is going too fast. Let's slow it down. There we go. And I got a lot of great kills on some of my units. Some of my units didn't see a lot of combat, but it's not until turn 5 that the paratroopers even show up. So your combat opportunities are limited. And I am spending a significant amount of time just trying to position my forces because I'm so far away from the battlefield. I brought a fighter because I want to be able to escort Rudel, who I think will be essential for these maps. And I brought an 88 because I want experienced anti-aircraft. And my 88 has 2 heroes already. And I sacrificed my auxiliary units to buy time. It actually worked out pretty much perfectly. I was barely able, not barely able, I was able to comfortably secure the marginal by sacrificing everything. And my fighter just goes around and gains a ton of kills and experience from killing things. My tanks are just... I think there's a better way to set up ambushes. I just couldn't figure out what it was. And I just continually retreat. And there's no fighters on this map, so Rudel is free to do whatever he wants to do. And he got lots of kills. But as you can see, I'm barely holding the flank together. But I managed to get it to work. I forgot to pull my Pioneer out, but I don't believe he was attacked. I think defense +3 is pretty scary for infantry to look at. Because I concentrated my infantry elsewhere in the east, I couldn't do a whole lot. I had to basically just kind of pull back and hold. So I retreat my Pioneers so I can take over when the AA gun goes down. And that was it. I'm just trying to keep the enemy at bay for as long as possible. Something weird happened, and the paratroopers didn't show up until turn 6. So that was not expected. So now I'm building my cocoon. I'm just trying to hold them off. I don't know why the paratroopers didn't show up yet. And then I had bad luck with Oladir. I did take a point of damage. I took a point of damage right there. And it's weird. Turn 7 is when the paratroopers show up. So I honestly felt like I could have swung everything to the north if I had known that. That's not what happened in prior attempts. They showed up on turn 5. But for some reason, that's what happened on this run. Oh, and I took 2 points of damage on my Pioneers. Probably not worth it. It's actually kind of nice that the paratroopers took a long time to come because there's plenty of targets to distract them. Now I'm going to go grab some prestige. And I know that there's all these hexes that are open. Yeah, the enemy's too slow on that second wave, so it's really safe to grab stuff. And I'm guarding my boat. Boop. And more free stuff for me to grab. Lots of free stuff. I even used my 88 gun to grab some prestige. I think it went pretty well. I saved one boat. Their conditions for a marginal victory are easy to fulfill on ultimate mode. And what I was really concerned with was preserving as much overstrength as possible and getting some free prestige from these open hexes. And that worked out reasonably well. I took 3 damage on my infantry. Most of that was pretty bad luck. I would have swung these guys around this way if I had realized the paratroopers were going to drop on turn 7. There's no point in being down here if that's the case. So here's St. Nazaire. Until next time.